Good afternoon, Mr. Roger Schmidt. Looking at the moment of both teams, I would like to know what kind of game are you expecting tomorrow? Thank you.
Yeah, I think both teams need the 3 points. So Maritimo is in a difficult situation in the league. Of course, they fight to stay in the league. So I expect the team, especially at home, who tries everything to get the 3 points. And for us, it's also very important to continue with playing good football, but especially also to win games. So I think it's for both teams a very important match. So I expect from both teams a top performance. I think Maritimo showed the last weeks, not only at home, but especially at home, that they can play good football, that they believe in themselves. They are very brave, also in ball possession. So yeah, I think is a next very difficult task for us. But I think we are in a good flow and we are ready to play a good game tomorrow.
Good morning, Mr. Schmidt, Diogo Marques da Bola TV. This week we heard some comments from Thierry Henry to Gonçalo Ramos, some compliments that he gave to the player. Do you look at this maybe as a good scouting for other teams that might want to sign the player this summer? Thank you.
I haven't done it. Okay. To be honest, I haven't read that, so that's why I cannot say anything about it. But I think that Gonzalo at the moment is in the focus, is clear, because he's playing very well, not only on Tuesday, I think already the whole season. And I think after the press conference on Tuesday, I already said that I'm very happy with him. I appreciate especially his attitude, because he's a team player. He's working very hard as a central striker. But of course, he's also able to score goals. And if you are very young, you play in this level, and we are playing in Champions League, and then he's scoring goals, that he's in the focus is completely normal. And so we are happy about that.
Hi, Rui Miguel Guimarães, SIC. With the injury of Gonçalo Guedes, do you have an idea how many weeks will be the player out? And does it change anything for you, the approach in a strategic way or not?
Yeah, of course, it's a pity, because now with Julian Draxler, we already miss one player for the rest of the season. A quality player, and Gonzalo, of course, he came back to Benfica because he had a lot of motivation to play for this club again, and of course he's only a loan, but nevertheless he was a very quick part of the team and played already good games. He already had some problems for some weeks with the knee. Now the problems are that we cannot continue like we did before, and so we have to change something. And the decision of the medical department and also of the player is to make a surgery. And I think I'm not an expert, but I think 4 to 6 weeks he will be out.
Good morning, Mr. Schmidt. How are you? Paulo Alves from Bola. This season we saw Florentino with Enzo, Florentino with Chiquinho, with João Mário, also with the hardness. Well, I wonder what's the secret for this good season of Florentino, and do you believe he's ready for another big step, for example, in the national team?
Yeah, what is the secret? I think there's no secret. I think from the first day in pre-season last summer, I saw a very motivated and very focused player, and he showed a lot of quality, and he was very good in adapting also in his style of playing. I think he's now a top central midfielder with the ball and also against the ball. That's what you need on this position. It's a very important position because it's in the middle of everything, and so I think he plays on a high level the whole season, also in international football. And I think the secret, when there's a secret, then the secret is himself. So I think he did a great job, and he has a great attitude, a very professional attitude, and that he played also with different players next to him, I think shows also that he is able to adjust. But I think in total, what I said already a few times is when the team is connected, is playing together, is having the same idea, then of course for all the players it's easier and they feel comfortable. They have a lot of self-confidence, and then they can play on their top level. And I think Florentino is a very good example for that. If he is an option for the national team, that's a decision of the national team coach. But I think a player like him in the central midfield, to be honest, I really appreciate him, and he always gives me a good feeling on this position.
Good afternoon, Mr. Schmidt. Carlos Albuquerque from RTP. I'd like to ask you about two things. The first one is Oporto won his match yesterday. Do you feel more pressure to win tomorrow in Madeira? Do you think it's a dangerous game for you? And the second question is about Rafa. Rafa, man of the match, man of the week. Do you think he should reconsider his decision not to play on the national team? Would you advise him to reconsider? Thank you very much.
I think always when Porto plays before us, then I get this question at press conference, but for us nothing changed. So I think that we have to win a lot of matches, and each match is a challenge for us, is clear. So I think that's not a new situation for us, so has no effect for tomorrow. With Rafa, yeah, I think Rafa was man of the match, but he gave the cup to Gonzalo Ramos because his opinion was maybe he deserves it more. So that shows a little bit also about Rafa, about his character. I think both maybe deserve the prize. I think what you said, what you asked about the national team, I think Rafa really thought a long time about this step to retire from national team, and I think is a very clear statement of him. My opinion is he will not change this opinion again.